If you've been feeling a little tired and sluggish, move something around in your living room and see how it changes the feeling of the room. Hey, this is Tracy with Tracy Talks. Welcome. Can you do me a favor? Can you share this with someone? It really helps me out. Thank you. I have a covered porch. It's probably 6 by 8. And in this porch, I have several hooks for jackets and coats and those kind of things. I have a bench that has space for my shoes and boots and just the footwear that I wear pretty often. And I have some chairs and a table on the other side, and I have a few things that are stored in a cabinet. And I had the bench sitting directly beneath the hooks so that all of the items were all together in the same spot. I decided to move the bench below one of the windows. There's 2 windows that as you walk through the door, there's a window on each side of the door. And this morning it was raining. I opened the window and I thought my cat would enjoy getting up in the window, and she can make that big jump, but she's also likely to scratch the window trying to get up there. So I thought, well, I will move the bench from underneath the hooks and slide it underneath the window so she will have an easier time getting in and out of the window. And when I came back in to the porch the next time, the energy felt different. The doorway into the house was less obstructed and it felt more open. It's so easy to get stuck in routines and just do things because that's the way that we've always done them. And I am someone who does move my furniture around frequently because it just shifts the energy of the room. And it's amazing how just something so small can give us more energy. I know for myself lately, I am feeling a little more depleted. I'm going to bed early, I'm tired, I'm not as talkative, I don't have as much energy. I've been trying to increase my physical routine in the morning, and I'm feeling it with my depleted energy. And then there's times where I make just this small little change in a space, in a room, and it completely transforms what feelings come up when you walk in. And it's no different than me enjoying a clean, picked up room. I really appreciate it, especially when I've been away all day and I'm tired and I come home and the kitchen's clean and the living room is picked up and everything is in its spot. I think many of us just get in these habits and rituals. And I know as I age that I don't like to change things around because if I put my keys in a different place, I can't find them. If I put my purse in a different place, I can't find them, or my sunglasses. But if it is non-essential items, sometimes it's just good to shift up our home and our energy and what we surround ourselves with. And I'm not talking about buying something new. I'm not talking about going to Amazon and ordering new drapes and having something that needs to be installed. I'm talking about just keeping what we have in our home and switching it around. One of the easiest ways to do that is switch up your pictures. A lot of us have family pictures. We have those favorite snapshots that we have printed out. And even though there's a lot of us who probably have 10,000 pictures on our camera, we don't very often print off new pictures. Maybe you do, but I know a lot of people who have the same pictures on their walls that they've always had. Well, why not send off and get some new ones printed up? Print some recent pictures of you, of your family, of something fun. And just see how different you feel when you go into the room. And if you don't want to do that, then just switch up your pictures. If you have a bookcase and you have a lot of photos in there, just move them around. It's interesting how a lot of times we just notice the same photos and we don't see everything. And then don't say anything to anybody. And if you have little people come into your house, they are the ones that are going to notice that you switched all of the pictures around. They're so perceptive. They're so tuned in to the environment that if you have a little person, they're going to be like, hey, you switched the pictures around. And they're going to be curious and they're going to be excited and they're going to come to life. And it's amazing that we can do these little bitty things and completely change the vibe and how we feel. And then we can also do the same experiment and see who doesn't notice, who doesn't pay attention at all that something was moved. I do that often with my paintings, that I have some that I really like and I don't have enough wall space, or I don't want it to feel too chaotic and cluttered. So every once in a while, I will just go find one that I like and hang it up and switch them around and move them around. And then I have people in my family who I've gone into their houses and nothing has changed in 40 years. And the energy is just heavy and it just sits there. It doesn't move. It doesn't feel like there's much life in it, and energy and excitement and possibility. And our environment does impact how we feel. And if you're like me and you have just been feeling heavy and overwhelmed and tired and like there's so many things that are happening out in the world and it's too much, I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what I can do with it. Just remember that we can and do have power over how we feel. And a lot of that starts with our home and our surroundings and what is around us. I am someone who doesn't relax very well in a lot of chaos. And I still have chaos from my cleaning out event. And I'm almost done and I just have to really push through and power through these last few things because I don't like my flow obstructed. Like there's things that I'm walking around that I'm having to step over, that I'm having to shift my patterns and my paths. And those small little things really do impact me. And I know there's people out there that would say, oh, just get over it. It's just part of life. But why would we not want to optimize our space? Why would we not want to have things easily accessible that's close to us? And our homes are this sanctuary where we need to have a safe place to be nurtured, to be taken care of, to be restored. And yes, we do have to do that work too, that unless you have someone else who's coming in and cleaning and maintaining your home, there's a lot of us like me who that is my responsibility. And no, it's not fun, but I feel so much better when my space is a haven and it nurtures me and it comforts me. And if you've been feeling a little tired like me, try switching up your pictures. Move something around and see how the energy shifts for you. Thank you for listening to this episode of Tracy Talks. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe, and share with others who would enjoy listening to this podcast. Friends can find Tracy Talks available on iTunes, Spotify, Substack, and YouTube. Hit me up on Instagram and Facebook at More Tracy Talks. And until next time, we meet again.